Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Comic Relievers. This is a special episode tonight. This is not like our typical format. We are kind of freeballing here tonight because we have a special guest. I'm not going to talk too long. This is Jared Kutnick, and this is a friend of Zach's here, and I'm going to let him introduce him a little bit real quick.
I think we'd better off letting Kutnick introduce himself. So,
Fine by me, baby. Fine by me.
Well, Jared Kutnick joining the cast. Seen this stuff on Instagram. I said I had to make a call and get my story out here about Bregman gets to go on MLB Network and IT and tell the world a fraudulent side of the AA home run derby that's all over YouTube and me hitting them. So I had to make a couple phone calls to get on air and get my story out.
Can I before we tell the story, can I try to pull up the video of it?
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Let's see.
I mean, it's all over the place, man. I'm sure that people don't know the backstory, but it is all over the place.
Can we see it? I don't know if.
Oh, we can see it. Oh, there it is, plugged.
Oh, did I mess it up?
All right, so basically, for everyone listening, real quick background. I'm not going to get into details because I don't know him. AA Home Run Derby, as we know, a couple nights ago, Alex Bregman participated in the MLB Home Run Derby. But a couple of years ago, back at AA, we have a kind of a funny story here where we had, I believe, the general management, or I don't know how you describe that, but they were in the crowd watching this Home Run Derby, and Mr. Bregman gets plunked in the dome. And that is our special guest here tonight. So I want to let him describe what happened.
So here's how it goes down. I'm going to give you the full day. So I get a couple of off days, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fly down. I'm going to fly down to see the All-Star game. So I jump on a flight to Kansas City, drive a couple hours, some town I don't know if I've ever heard of. And I'm sitting in the stands with one of the guys who, one of my friends and works with me. We're sitting in the stands. I have a couple beers, which a couple is very rare. So I'm feeling real good about myself. I got the .10 going. I got the whole nine, and Alex gives me the, hey, come here. So I run down the stairs of the stadium thinking he's probably bumming a dip from me because he's too cheap to buy his own. And he says, do you want to throw the derby? Now, I'm buzzed up pretty good. It's pathetic, but that's the way it is. And because I work too much. And I said, yeah, I'll throw it. So I'm standing around, and we're first up. I'm telling you, I took maybe 3 or 4 throws, and I'm standing on the platform, getting ready for the let's go sign. So as I'm standing on the platform, I'm looking up to my buddy Pete like, I don't know what we're doing. I'm getting this weird vibe. Alex is outweighed by 60 pounds and probably 7 inches from everybody. And I'm like, I'm pretty much wasting bullets here because the guy's got, at best, 5th row juice.
Damn.
So I'm on the platform. I'm looking at the
talent here, and you're calling 5th row juice. But go ahead.
Yeah, 5th row juice. So I'm looking at Pete like, dude, do we even have a chance? I mean, I got to be like super perfect. So I'm scanning up to Pete out of the 700 people at the game. I'm scanning up to him, and in the 8th row, I'm not kidding you, I'm on a platform. In like the 8th row behind home plate, there's a superstar blonde behind home plate. Superstar. I can't make this up. Superstar. So I give Pete the whoa, and he goes, yeah, I know. So we're kind of joking about that. Anyway, Alex likes him up, and Zach, he liked it up back then. He likes him down now, but he likes it up back then. And probably about 6 in, I go a little bit too up. He ducks into it like he's taking a grenade for the homie. Ducks into it and pulls this dramatic, like,
he like dropped to the ground.
Kinda. I can't remember. It was pretty much a blur. But end of the day, it was 1,000 degrees out. I'm fresh off an airplane. I don't even know if I had any warm-up throws. I had a bad haircut.
The acoustics in this room are terrible. I've had a cold for 3 or 4 weeks now.
Yeah. I mean,
you went from 4 or 5 warm-ups to I don't know if I had any.
Yeah. A bad haircut. It was so humid out, and the balls were sticky. I mean, everything was working against me.
I don't look. All I've seen is the video, but it sounds to me like, and I'm sure the other guys here would agree. It sounds to me like it's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
100%. Dip on my fingers. I mean, dude, the whole 9.
It just wasn't your day.
I'm sure
that's what it sounded like.
I'm sure on a day that humid, they probably didn't give you enough rosin.
No,
right?
You probably didn't even offer. Didn't even offer.
Wow.
What are you gonna do?
Not even sitting behind the rubber.
And then the kid goes and hits 0. His mom's blowing me up by text. I mean, this story, it's still going on. The story, even before when so I found out Alex was going to the Derby like a week before everybody. And I'm like, first off, I'm not throwing. Then it hits the wire. And I kid you not, within an hour, I probably had 40 people write me, tell me you're not throwing the Derby. I'm like, give me a break. I've thrown a kid batting practice for, I don't know, 5,000 times. One ball just goes high and tight.
You're feeling nice and lubed up too. It's not like
my life.
Well, to make it even better, later on it comes out he on MLB Network, because of course everybody's got to send me that video and interview. The GM is concerned. The GM wasn't concerned when he went on an absolute heater for the next 3 weeks. 3 for 4 at the Futures game, run to the big leagues, All-Star game MVP, biggest hit in Houston Astros history, and nobody's even giving me an apology. Like, hey.
I mean, listen, I think he's doing okay. I don't think I blame you. I don't understand what all the hoopla is about. One pitch does not define a man. What I gotta ask though, real quick, is you got these headphones around your neck, and you mentioned to us quickly you were playing Fortnite before this phone call, and you were saying Breg's not too good.
He average.
Average.
Okay, that's fair.
What's average? Because I played quite a bit of Fortnite. I think I have 3 total kills.
Average is like 2 to 5.
Wow.
Okay.
So Joe sucks, basically.
Joe's bad. I've played with Joe. Joe's bad.
Joe, you're not making the roster.
No, that's okay.
You're not making.
I'm there for comic relief. I'm not there for anything else.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I'm
in my mic game. My mic game's on point.
That's all it is. I'm there to shit talk, and that's just about it.
That's right.
The best.
I feel like Phoenix a big shit talker.
On the whole roster of guys, I was telling Zach, Bregman's average. Marisnik's good.
Okay.
Good. Will Harris is he's good. His mic game's good. Jake's mic game's really good. Correa's all right. McCann's he's terrible. But
he doesn't strike
guys,
me as
the best mic game by far is Michael Papirski.
Really? I would not expect that. He seems
passionate. I mean, yelling at the top of his lungs.
Wow.
Many swear words.
So, okay. So Coot, where do you rank mic game versus gameplay? What's more important, and by how much?
Gameplay is important, but the game is about, like, it's almost like hanging out like with the boys.
Okay.
So the mic game is if he can be good with a bad mic game, he ain't on the roster.
Okay.
He ain't on the roster.
That makes sense.
My game plays a lot of roles, especially squads. You can kind of sneak your way into a dub just by talking if you got the right guys on your squad.
Yeah, I mean, I need some heart and passion. It has to be fun. That's for sure.
All right, worst Astro at Fortnite, Kutnik. Who you got?
I'm not trying to call anybody out.
No, you're calling them out directly.
Oh,
Mac's pretty bad. I haven't played with Mac in a while, but he's pretty bad. McCann's pretty bad. But the first time in spring training we played with Springer,
Oh shit!
we lost him.
Shit!
No.
I wonder if his phone died.
There's no way he let his phone die.
I see his face. I think we just got poor connection. That's what I'm hoping.
I don't know. I can't. I mean, I see the top of his head.
That's what I see.
Yeah, but I think it's frozen.
I think it's frozen too. I thought you guys were frozen for a bit. I was like, oh shit, I'm the one who.
I was waiting for someone to say something here. So, guys, everybody watching here, this is a live show. This is the life of the comic relievers. We have no plan tonight. We had a special guest for you. We thought it would be crazy cool, and we lost him. You know, we kind of just we don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I'll send him another invite. Ready?
Yeah, sure. Let's try it out.
Everybody froze like whenever a baby falls. You don't want to be like you don't want to tell them that it's bad, so you got to wait to see if they cry.
I was kind of like hold the face and pretend like I was frozen until someone said something.
Jesus.
So we, everyone that's still here now, we're going to try and sort this out. But, we came here with a story about the Home Run Derby. We wound up talking about Fortnite. That's kind of the way of the world today.
Zach, hey, I'm going to have you shoot him a text real quick. Tell him to look for his call. I'm going to drop him real quick. I'll add him.
Okay.
Because we kind of got to get that one back up.
That is hilarious. I would expect nothing less of us, boys.
No. We aren't the best with technology. We're not the best at running podcasts. We're not the best at much, actually.
No, but when we're here, we are the best. But we are not here frequently, and when we are here, it is spotty. It is spotty.
He said my phone died. Hit me again, damn it.
I can't believe he let his phone die.
I thought he plugged it in.
This dude's got what? No, he was fucking walking around. What are you talking about? He's like walking around his entire kitchen. There he is. He's
back, baby.
Bro, my phone died. My phone died.
I thought you had it plugged in.
Yeah, I know, but I'm a walker. I like to walk and talk. Dang it. Anyway.
See, that's why I'm glad I have mine set up through laptop, because you ever anytime you get on a phone call, you always just do the weirdest stuff. Lying down and then bouncing around, moving around, everything. So yeah. I have to set up for this, because if not, you guys would get dizzy.
I'm sure that's where I'm at right now with my headphones on again. So anyway, I'm playing with George, a couple other guys, Springer, and I throw a boogie bob at him, and he goes, "Cool. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm dancing." And now I'm dead.
I'm dead.
The best.
I'm pretty sure that happened to me once.
You got friends all over the country. And it's kind of just a way to – it's kind of just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a big part of it.
But with an excuse to hang out, as opposed to just
or flying around.
FaceTiming all your friends. Yeah.
Like what we do, pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, so but not all of us got the podcast. They should probably. We should get the boys on.
Get them all on, baby.
Yeah,
let's set something up.
Just have a revolving door, but I mean, if you're going to be on here as a constant, we're gonna have to get you a phone charge. We're gonna send you one that's long enough. We're gonna send you
I was just telling Zach, I just got a new phone because I was down in Georgia with so I own a baseball academy in Chicago. And I was down here in Georgia, one of the teams they lost. I threw the phone out the window because it does not stop ringing. So, like 2 hours later, I had to go to the mall and buy another one.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And the new one dies.
yeah, and the new one.
Every time Coot can't figure it out, so every time a phone dies, he just has to go buy a new one. That's how
Toss it out the window.
Yeah, I'm so bad on the phone. I'm so bad.
Yeah, hey, for anybody who wasn't there, obviously, it took us probably a half hour extra just to get on this goddamn call tonight because he couldn't figure out how to use the app.
To be fair, though, I'll take a lot of that credit because I should have found out ahead of time that he had to actually download the app. So I just texted him. I was like, "Hey, you ready to roll?" And he was like, "No, man.
That's what I was gonna say.
I have steps I gotta take."
I don't know.
His poor instructions on Zach's pot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not totally his fault because just because he can't use an app doesn't mean Zach didn't tell us 45 minutes prior that we were ready to go.
Not only that, it was hot out. He pulled me fresh out the stands. You know,
Yeah, you should just hit him in the head then.
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna stop this story. I'm gonna stop this story in the front before he tries to say that there's like some superstar blonde behind me because my wife is dead, and I'll have to hear about that forever.
Speaking of that and Zach, as you know, that blonde was there for Alex.
Okay.
So we're at dinner after the game, and I'm like, dude, you see that tall blonde in the 8th row? He goes, I'm like, no way. He goes,
Yeah.
So the phone rings. He picks it up and he tells her that he's doing some interviews in the clubhouse or something, and we can't hang out tonight. And we're across the street at the restaurant having a beer.
Sounds like Breg is for the boys, baby.
Yeah,
It's for the boys.
yeah.
That's
Unbelievable.
Cool.
So, Coot, you went to DC for all the All-Star stuff?
Yeah. I
How was it?
flew in from Georgia and stayed there for the 2 days and then flew back.
So Derby and the game, and then came back.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah. The game was the Derby was great. It was much better watching.
Then
afterwards we went out and I put on Instagram that I apologize to the city of Washington, D.C. It was my first time there, and I made a complete ass of myself pretty much the whole night. Saturday, the next day we went to the game, and Alex did his thing, and unbelievable.
Coot, was Breg mad at all about the Derby? Because he played it off real well, but I mean, I would have been fucking bullshit. Yeah, on that swing, that should have been out. I mean, was borderline as you could get.
I mean, I'm not a gambling man unless I'm in Las Vegas, but I have a buddy in Las Vegas. We put 400 on him. It would have been a nice payday.
I'm sure it would.
If he had a nice little run there.
Yeah, we were already talking about fixing bets for that. Don't worry.
I think he went up at 9-1 or 11. I'm not sure.
That was I think the second that Zach told us or something about you with the throwing at the home run derby, we were like, I think the first thing I said was, all right, you got to find me the line on that. How much are we putting on to hit him in the head right now?
My money's on Breg. As long as Coot's not throwing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That number went up. I think it set up at 9-1 when they found out if I would have been throwing, it would have been 50-60-1.
Okay. So they fixed the line when they found out who was throwing.
Yeah. Once they found out it was Altuve's guy, that number went down to 9-1.
So Bregman was matched up with Schwarber. Did Schwarber get the extra time for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Breg actually had more in the same amount of time, but didn't get the extra window.
Didn't get the distance bonus.
Yeah, they don't give you the extra 30 seconds for hitting him in the 4th row, just not the 3rd. So them big boys, I think it was 440.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, 440.
Yeah, if you hit a 440, you got an extra 30. He'd have to hit it twice to get that far. So we joke around about that all the time. Even in the off season, Zach, every ball he hits is a homer in a batting cage.
Yeah.
And he starts out slow every year, and I tell him that. I'm like, dude, you try to sit here and hit cage bombs. These other boys, Correa hit them 500 feet. You hit them in the 5th row. So why don't we just hit 30 of them in the 5th row? I think that's his plan. I think that's his game plan this year.
Just hit 30 in the 5th row. Well, he's on pace.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So going to DC, obviously for Bregman, how awesome was the end of that game? What was that like?
Unbelievable. So the game's boring, you know,
Okay.
and I'm sitting in the players section, so nobody's really paying attention unless, you know, like if their guy's hitting.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a playoff game or like, you know, I went to all the World Series games where you don't sit down.
Right.
It's just kind of, so Alex gets his at bat. I was pretty pumped up because he told me he was going in the 6th. So I'm pretty pumped up for the 6th. He takes his at bat, doesn't do anything, and they go into extras, and I'm like, oh wait, he's gonna get an at bat, which made it, you know, I'm like, how long is this game gonna go, you know? So then he hits the homer, and you know, we were there. I think he had 12 people there, and you know, Columbus, we're sitting next to each other, and when he hit it, I'm like, don't even tell me it is, and I think it went to 4th row.
So, Coot, how many deep were we by then? Are we talking couple or your couple?
No. I think I tried to drink Washington, D.C. out of booze the night before. Like, I put a good run on.
Okay.
I had a couple Bloody Marys in the morning to try to get back to even.
Okay.
That didn't work. I think I had 1 beer at the game.
That's kind of soft,
was
man.
it about $18?
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this: at the Derby, we were sitting with Reese Hoskins family,
Okay.
and I was just telling them, you need to get beers because I'm using $100 bill. So I just started buying as many beers as I can get with 100. It was probably 4. So I just started, you know, Zach, you've been out with me. I just start buying. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just make up an excuse for everybody to drink a beer. But no, he hits that home run. He ends up being the All-Star Game MVP, which I was trying to tweet it. So not like to steal Bregg's followers because I have like 3,000. But I was trying to tweet it when they pulled him out of the dugout, and I'm like, oh my goodness, he's going to be MVP. Because all the reporters are trying to pull him out of the dugout. And then Segura was out of the dugout as well. They pulled him out. And then I didn't know. And I'm like, they kind of swarmed around Alex. And that's when I knew he was the MVP. It probably took another 10 minutes before they announced it or whatever. But unbelievable, dude. And then I was yelling, take the truck. I was hoping he'd take the truck so I can get the truck.
That was my next question. To make up for giving you such a bad rap a couple of years ago, how come the car went to his mother? What's up with that?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And I didn't even we got to talk just briefly underneath the stadium before he had to fly out for like the ESPYs or something straight from the game. They were actually waiting for him. He had some jet or a jet ride or whatever. But I didn't even get to mention the fact that I didn't get the truck. And he went with the car. I live in Chicago. You can be driving cars around here. There's potholes and in winter. That thing ain't going around the block.
What was it, a Camaro?
Yeah. And his mom just got a brand new car. Brand new. So now she's got 2 sports cars, and I'm sitting here wondering if I'm going to get a truck delivered to the house. Yeah. No, dude, what a run. What a run. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you got to be there to see it too.
I know. Like going to the World Series, I mean, I went to the ALCS. I went out to New York and to Houston, and then the World Series games. It's amazing how far and how fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was watching him play with you guys in the SEC tournament a couple years ago.
Right. Speaking of that, I was mainly from a pitcher standpoint. I was really like, I kind of let an exhale out whenever I saw Nola had a good inning. And I was like, all right, cool. Because even as a position player in an All-Star game, if you go 0 for 2 against the best pitchers in the world, who fucking cares?
Nobody.
Right? So it doesn't matter. So Nola had a good inning. I was like, all right, good. You know, the weekend's good. And then
Alex did his thing. Yeah.
Bregman goes deep fly.
I know. You know what? Out of the draft, I actually thought Nolan. I was talking to some guys at the hotel, some like ex-big league guys, Rick Ankiel, Jason Marquis, and Marquis brought up Nola, and I said, dude, out of the draft, I thought he was going to be the first guy in the big leagues. Just stuff, pitchability, all that stuff. And, I mean, Alex kind of went like, I mean, he went crazy. Like, so fast. Dude, nasty.
Yeah, he did.
You put a beating on the Sox last year, too, in the DS, right?
Oh, yeah.
The infamous meme, dude. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's the meme where he's, like, yelling in the
dugout. That's in the Red Sox dugout.
Well, the better one than that is when Chris Sale's holding him like a baby. Have y'all seen that one?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I laugh about that.
That was
how does he feel about this kind of stuff? I mean, seems like you're a pretty down-to-earth guy, and you got a big league kid who, I mean, I'm sure he's got some stories, but I'm sure they can't be made public. No. I mean,
no.
No.
Zach's known Alex a while. He has thought there's not a doubt in his mind that he's not the greatest player of all time. No doubt.
And it's 10 years old, maybe more.
Yeah.
So, Coop, while I got you here, I mean, I'm hoping we can have you back, but this is just you asked me if I'm from Boston, and I can't not ask you. You said you were waiting for a call from Blake Swihart tonight. When are we getting him on here?
I'm going to talk to Blake tonight. I'm going to get him on just for you in that accent.
All right. Hey, listen, if he comes on, you have to come. You're stuck. You're stuck with us now. Now that you've started, there's no going back.
Hey, on this app, is it not just we can do more than 4?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
I don't know what the limit is. We could try to find out.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'll get Blake on. I'm going to get Blake on, and I'll get Alex on at some point in the offseason for him to do anything but stare at his own videos on the phone repeatedly. It's not going to happen.
I mean, at least if you get him on here.
Zach knows. Zach knows. He knows. That's why he's laughing like that. He would watch a video of himself 15, 20, 30 times in a row, and that's all he's got time for.
Who was the what was the guy playing third base in Major League?
Billy Dorn.
Dorn. Yeah. That's him.
That movie was filmed in Milwaukee when I was a kid. I was there.
Yeah, he was Dorn.
Yeah, Billy Dorn.
Loves him.
But yeah, we'll get him on. I gotta talk to him about some stuff here coming up about hopefully him getting traded. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, you talking about Swihart?
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, to be honest with you, I believe he should be in the lineup far more frequently than he has been. It's kind of a damn shame because we got a couple catches. One's on the shelf, the other one can't hit, and when the other one's healthy, he can't hit either. It's
both
kind of
long-term deals, and Blake, that boy can play. He's too good to be sitting and watching. We talked about it at the airport this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a damn shame. He got a chance in left, and unfortunately, I mean, you can't really stick him in the Sox outfield unless it's for someone's off day. It's tough, but I mean, you got to get him in the lineup, and it's a shame. I don't know what's going on.
I feel bad for him, and it's hard to feel bad for somebody making $600,000 a year or whatever he's making, but I feel bad for him.
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's not like he can't hit the cover off a ball. Not even close.
Right.
So listen, please get him on, preferably before he is no longer a Red Sox, but he's always welcome, as are you. And anybody else that you have connections with, please feel free. You are more than welcome anytime. Like I said, we are a very spotty show. You can probably hit us up in about a month. We may not have anything in between now and then. It could be 10 episodes. I don't know.
Can you imagine me trying to explain to one of my buddies how to get on this app?
The best part is they'll be in the group already while we're still waiting for you to get in the app.
Exactly.
That's right.
But hey, I accidentally downloaded all my contacts, so they're all on my app now. I just got to get them to sign up.
Oh, well,
There
there
we
you
go.
go. You're halfway.
Hey, we got to figure it out.
There you go. You just now you forward the invite like we were sending to you.
Yeah.
That's
This
it.
won't be
That's
that
it.
bad.
His phone dies, but when his phone dies in the process, he just skyrocketed Comic Relievers to the top.
Yeah, exactly.
My goodness.
We have more technical difficulties if one of them's not like me spilling food on myself while we're having the show, because that usually happens too. So
I mean, at least nobody has sent a text to the group chat tonight saying 3%, so we're good on that aspect.
Hey, that
I
is
didn't know you could do that.
yeah, so that is a thing that we'll do a lot of times. We'll kind of just go off the rails talking about random things, and one of us will just text the other two like, "Hey, man, my computer's about to die. We got to wrap it up."
That's the cut call?
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, let's go.
Oh, my.
We'll wrap it up.
Man, that fit in perfect here.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. You'll be fine. Every now and then, one of us will drop off a call, and we'll just sit here stagnant for like 5 minutes while the other people try to fix the call.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
we are not perfect here. We are definitely not perfect.
No.
Before we wrap it up, Coot, you got anything you want to add? Any other stories?
Well, I got a lot of them, but how about we'll go back to the LSU years, and maybe the next time I'm on, I'll get out one of them diss tracks he had on Pearson.
Oh no!
Oh, I got them. Oh, I have them.
But you know, the thing that makes me feel good about that is I know Bregman would not want that to be on the internet.
Yeah,
So I know that you'll have a lot of resistance there.
We're gonna have to PG it. Maybe a line or two. Maybe a line or two I can get up on there.
Maybe a line or two per line.
Per the whole track.
Okay.
Per the whole track.
That's awesome.
So a funny story about that. Just some background information. I forgot what the app was, but there was an app that had come out, and guys kept making like these joke rap songs. And so my locker was next to Bregman's, and I would always tell him like, "Dude, this is trash. Like, stop." I would always just screw with him about it. And so then one day he shows up. He's got a whole diss album.
Hey, he went in the studio. He went in the studio this offseason with Paul Wall.
No.
Oh yeah.
Did he have the grills in?
Oh yeah, he got a grill.
Yeah, Paul's one of my buddies, and him and Beck went in the studio. It's a little bit better. Breg's game's all right. With Beck's accent, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But I got a lot of tracks that he's dropped over the years in a car off of the iPhone voice memo. Yeah, special. So next time I come on, maybe I'll try to clean one of them up and see if we can get it on there.
That's just raw talent.
See what you can get. We've been trying. Probably for the last month and a half to be steady, kind of. We were hoping after the All-Star break maybe we'd get steady.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we're on pace now, so
we're doing good. Fresh start.
Yeah,
that's it. That's called a winning streak. So that's.
I'm going out to Houston like the 13th. I'm going there for 4 or 5 days and flying straight to Vegas. We might be able to go nightly that week.
Ooh,
fine by me.
Just grab someone. We'll have like Coot's Corner.
Don't pull that out again. That'd be corner number 2. I got the corner at JL still. I heard.
Yeah, there we go. We're gonna end up going from doing 1 episode a month to like 5 a week.
That one week might be a good idea.
Might be electric is what it sounded like.
We'll be sending out tweets. I know what you're thinking, but yes, we're back again. Come on.
Yeah, I think we really are.
Yeah, listen, guys, this isn't a joke. Seriously, we're doing it this time.
Yeah.
We had like a week where every day we put out a tweet like, "Hey, we're back tonight, guys." We didn't release an episode for like 2.5 weeks later.
Sounds like my group of guys.
Yeah, we just we're all about it.
All right, so Coot, I'm gonna wrap this up before we start getting into some awkward small talk. But I am more than grateful for you taking the time to download the app on your phone, then your phone dying, then you calling us back. And I would be honored if you'd come back and share some more of your stories with us. I know you got Zach's contact information, but literally anytime you are free, you are more than welcome.
I am in.
Thank you very much.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Not a problem. Joe's got his puppy on his lap. Zach's got to go to the wife.
He just slowly climbed up on.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah, he does what he wants. He thinks he's a lap dog. It's kind of funny, actually.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get ready for mid-August.
All right, mid-August.
All right, man.
That's enough time for me to prepare, and I can at least start sending some tweets out, and it'll be hypothetical until we get an official date so that I don't have to go back and delete some more tweets. But we will be back, and Coot will be back, and thank you for joining us. Guys, we'll get back together soon.
All right, I gotta get ready for this one. I want to prepare this time. It's fresh, off the cuff. Next time I'll be more prepared with some Zach Pearson diss tracks.
Oh, he's coming with notes. He's coming with everything.
He's coming with everything. He's gonna outdo us.
Yeah.
Live from
Strap in for the next Coot episode. He's got notes on Zach.
All right, guys. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, man.
Have a good night. All right.
You too.
Oh, that dude's great.
That was gold.
All right, guys. I mean, I don't even want to try and say anything after Coot. Let's just wrap it up here. We will be back. This was a special episode tonight. You know, obviously we had that guest. We wanted to get him on here as soon as possible. But we will be back. Like I said in the very beginning, this was not a traditional episode. So we'll recap the first half of the season, everything that happened over the All-Star break. I don't know what Joe's looking at, but
my dog's looking at a fly on the wall. I'm looking at the fly on the wall.
So the next time you hear from us, more traditional episode, we'll check in with the rest of the league. We'll do a lot of our talking, sidetracking. But boys, as always, pleasure. Zach, thank you for the connect. That was a tremendous story, exclusive on Comic Relievers. Nobody else. There's only that video surfacing, but the story is exclusive on Comic Relievers.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.